Hi everybody. Today we're going to be making these wonderful earrings out of wire. Here's one of them. And as you'll see, they're just spirals. It's like a big S and spirals. And you can always put little things in there to, like little diamonds or something if you want it to give it a little more bling. But they're adorable on. They just look so cute on. See there? Let me turn it your way. There you go. Okay, and then we're going to be doing this one. See how cute those are? Really easy to make. Well, all of them are pretty easy to make. But it's all out of just regular wire. This is not even anything, it's nothing expensive. It's wire that you can practice with. I always think people need things that they can practice with before they start using real gold. So I come up with an idea. I went down to Ace Hardware. Now look at those. Aren't those cute? I went to Ace Hardware and I found this wire in a bundle. Let me show you this last pair of earrings and I'll show you the wire I found. It only cost me $6 to $8, something like that. But that was a lot of wire. Aren't those cute? Now this one I doubled up and made this cute earring doubled up. Real pretty on. Okay, let me show you what I did here. I found this wire here. This is just, it's a really soft wire. Really easy to practice, really nice to practice with. Because look how easy that is to bend. Very easy to bend. And if you want decoration in it, you know, like the patterns you saw on the jewelry there, boy, everything's falling apart here. All you got to do is squash it like this. Or hammer it, whichever you want to do. Whichever's easier for you. I think hammering's easier, but normally I don't have a hammer here. But that's how it looks when you squash on it. You give it a more textured look. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I did this. I'm going to start with this one here and show you what I did here. Now, as long as you're not using that wire in your ear, I tell you, don't use it in your ears. Only use recommended for your ears, or if you're making your own, get silver or gold and use that. That works a lot better for your ears, especially if you have sensitive ears. And if you're making gifts, it's always best to have better wire for people's ears. Or you can buy the pre-made ones. Let me show you the pre-made ones. You can always buy the pre-made ones, which is what we're going to use today. Here's the pre-made ones. That's what I put on these. So this is what we're going to use today. And here's some just little decorations, that little plastic beads you can buy online, really inexpensive. And then you'll need rings. I'm using two different. I'm using the small one and the medium on each of the earrings, to because I always put a small one on the top part and a larger one on the bottom. The smaller one shows more, so I like to put that on the top part. Okay, let's get on with this. Now on this earring, you're going to need about 9 inches of wire. And when you cut a piece off that big spiral here. I just pulled a piece of the wire out and I straightened it with my hands because it's that soft. See, it's very soft wire. I just pulled it off and I cut a good 9 inches. Let me see if that's 9 inches. Yeah, that's almost exactly 9 inches. And there's 8 strands on this. That's what I thought was so awesome. Do you know how many pairs of earrings you could make with this? I mean, this is enough to take you a lifetime to get through. I mean, that's a lot of wire. And I'm sure I paid under $10 for it, for all of this. But I've had it for about a year, and I decided, well, I'm going to figure out something else to do with it, because I was making dollhouse beds with it. I was using this thicker kind also, making dollhouse beds. I tried to use the thicker kind, but it doesn't bend as easily, and it was hard to use. But the earring did turn out well. Where is it? I had it right here. That's not it. Oh, here it is. Here's how it turned out. But this one's really hard on your hands if you're using something that's not soft. On wire, it's best to get something soft, and then afterwards pound it a little bit with a rubber hammer or the leather hammer, and it'll keep its shape and it'll get harder. And as long as you know, pound it as long as you need to, but just to make it, it'll make it get really hard to where you won't have to worry about it bending or anything. I don't worry about it with these. Like this is not going to bend on you. I mean, and this is not going to bend on you because it's doubled up. These don't seem to bend. I don't have any problem with them. I mean, you can bend them if you take your fingers and squash them, but they stay pretty nice, and they're so lightweight. It's amazing how lightweight they are. Anyway, let's get to this thing. What I do is I pull off, see how many strands is in there? I thought this was amazing. I never even thought about using it for earrings. But as long as it's not going in your ears, as long as you're not putting this kind of wire in your ears. But for the decoration, it's no problem. And for practice, yeah, can't get a cheaper way to practice. Just meant 2, 4. No, there's 6 strands on here. I thought there was 8. Let me see on here. No, it looks like 6. Okay, now this is the one that's 9-inch. And I'm just going to pull off 2 of these because I already cut it, the whole thing 9 inches. So I can make 3 pairs of earrings with this one piece of the wire. It's amazing, isn't it? Now, what I want to do, doesn't matter what size these turn out, because you're going to measure and cut off the extra if you have any extra. So what I want to do with this one is I want to bend it. Wait, I want one side smaller than the other. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just take my finger up here and just go a little over half. Like right there. See where I have my fingers? That's about where I'm going to put my pliers. I'm going to put it right here on the thickest part of my round nose pliers. And then I'm just going to bend this side up for a second. Just like that. See how I bent it up? Now this side I'm going to roll around till it gets down there. You don't need building that up, but because I was thinking of another pair of earrings. But here you go. You don't need to do that. You just need to bend it. I was getting on to the next pair of earrings. Anyway, all you're going to do is you're going to pull this like this. And you're going to pull this one the same way. Or you might want to turn it the opposite way so it's going the opposite direction. So both the earrings, the short side is on the same side. And the long side's on this other side. That's the short side. That's the long side. You can, if you want to, smooth your wire out a little bit. There's really no need to, because all you're going to be doing is rolling this wire. You're going to start with the longer piece. The longer piece is here at the bottom. So what you're going to do is take your round nose pliers, and you're going to get down to the end of this wire right here. And you're just going to start rolling it. You're going to get as close as you can to the tip. Oops, it slipped. Then you're going to just start to roll it like this. Now see, I've got a little bit of a roll started there. Then you're going to grab your flat nose pliers, or, well, I've got these kind, but you're better to use the flat nose because it won't leave any scratches on your stuff. But we're doing this just to practice making our jewelry so we can go on to the precious metals later. I'm just showing you easy ways to find something that's cheap to practice with. And this is very cheap to practice with. Do you see what I'm doing here? I'm grabbing a hold of the wire of the round part, and I'm just moving it, and I'm laying it right on top of the edge as I go around. See how it's just rolling on that edge? Maybe I can turn this in a different way so you can see it better. Okay, I have it like this, and I'm just rolling it around the edge. See there? I'm moving it and rolling it around the edge. Now, I'm going to do that until I get up to the top. Now, I'm going to keep doing that until I get all the way up here to the top. I'm going to do this kind of quickly because I got a lot to show you tonight. If I get through all these. I'm going to try to get through all of them so you can see all of them before you're done. Now that side's done. See how beautiful that looks? And you've already got your place up here to hang your earring on. Now this one you want to go in the opposite direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this side. See, there's that side. I'm going to grab this side. Now, you can always turn it. If it flip-flops on you, you can always turn it when you get down to the top, when you get up to the top. So it's not like you're going to be in any major trouble. Now, after you make that little circle and touch that metal, you're going to start turning it around, just like we did the other one. See how I'm just turning it? I'm just going to keep turning it until I get all the way up to the top. See there? I'm trying to show you how I'm doing that. I'm just turning it, using my finger like for leverage, and I'm just twisting it. Now I'm going past the other one because I want it to get all the way up here. Ah, there it is. Now that one's up there where it should be. Now, voila! That's how you get that together. Now let's get the other one. Now I'm going to do this one really quick just to get her done, and I'll show you how to put on the other parts to it. I'm going to start both ends at the same time. Okay, there's my starter piece. I'm going to start the other end too, just so I have it ready to go. I've got my little tip right, get as close to the tip as I can, and I just start rolling inward. I have both of these sides are rolling inward toward one another. I see now both of them are started. You can actually row either one of them at a time first. It really doesn't matter. It's just sometimes I get picky. Then I realize, hey, it works just the same if I do it the other way. That's what I was just noticing tonight. And there, here I am making things hard for you. Now, I'm getting that all twisted up there. Now, if you notice I'm putting scratches on that, that's because I have the wrong pliers that I'm using today. But I don't have time to look for them today. I normally have everything in one box, but I let my granddaughters play with my stuff too. They love it. Okay, that looks about the same to me. So now I'm going to roll this bottom part. Finish this thing up. That's how fast these earrings are to make. Can you believe we got one already done, wound up, ready to put onto its clasp, onto its ear wire. And once you get used to doing this, and look how easy this is to bend. This wire is amazing to practice with. And it's cheap. You know, when you see those together, all you got to do is, when you go down to one of these hardware stores and find this wire, just bend pieces and see how hard they are to bend. And that'll give you an idea, because it's not jewelry wire. I don't have jewelry wire here. That's why I'm saying don't use it in your ears. If it was jewelry wire, I'd say go for it. But when it's not jewelry wire, I don't want to take any chances of somebody having an sensitive ear problem wearing these. Now there's the other one. Now see there? Doesn't that make a nice practice wire? Now there's your 2 earrings. Now all we got to do is put the... Now if one's longer than the other, which these are pretty darn close. Yeah, I could go up just a teeny bit. Right there. Those are gorgeous. Those came out perfect. See here? Just like the ones, they're the same as mine. And that's all there is to that. And then, now we just got to put the hooks on. Let me show you how easy that is. I like to have a small one and a large one for each one. And now, the way to open these, I like to use the kind of hooks that you have to open like a keychain, that are shaped just like a keychain. You see here? Maybe see there how that's shaped like a keychain? So you got to open it and you got to slide the jewelry on or rings onto each other. So you got to grab the end that's open. See, here's the open end right here. Right there's the open end right there. So I am going to get a hold of that, pull out, and twist my pliers. Oop, I didn't get a hold of it. Okay, I got to pull out and then twist my pliers so that I leave a gap. Then I'm going to take the little wire and stick the little wire on there, just like that. And see, there's still an opening because I've got the little wire sitting there. And I'm going to put this on at the same time. See? Now as I roll this, both of the pieces will roll on at the same time. See? And there you go. Now you got your rings on. Now let me get this other one. Find the opening area. I found it on this one. You grab a hold of just one wire. Oops. One wire. Pull out and under. And hang on to this real tight. Put on your ring. Oops. Put on your ring and then you can let go of the wire. See there? Now you can put your piece on. There you go. Now you just got to turn the wire. See, I'm turning it like I'm putting a key on. And there it is. It's on there. It's on there permanently. That will not break off. The only thing that could break on you is maybe your wires. That's the only way you can lose this earring is the wire, how you put that wire on. Now on these wires that you buy in the store, let me move this down toward me a little bit more. These wires that you buy in the store, you always grab them from the inside and you go up with them. Never pull them out. Always go straight up with the wire right here. See how I open that up? Now that one's open. And it's ready to put our earring on. Now I'm going to put my earring in there. And then I'm going to close it up. Oh, I hope I put that on the right way. Yes, I did. See there? And there's your beautiful earring. Now on this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab that wire. I'm going to pull straight up on it, just to leave an opening big enough to grab the ornament we're putting on. Putting that on there. Oop, and I put it on the wrong way. Make sure you put it on the right way, where the design faces the outside. Because that can fool you sometimes. And there you go. That quick, you made a beautiful pair of earrings. See there? That's just such an easy way to make earrings. And one of these is facing the wrong way. Sorry about that. There you go. Now they're facing the right way. Aren't those gorgeous? Another thing you can do is you can always add embellishments by taking something, let me get a hold of one of these. Taking something like this and just putting it, gluing it right on the piece, and that'll just give it a, that'll give it a little more embellishment. I don't want to glue it on this one. I like this one like it is, but I'm just giving you an idea that you can always, I kind of like that. That looks pretty cool on there. I think I will put that on there. Get yourself a little glue. Jewelry glue you'll like the best. Dries clear. It takes longer to dry, but it dries clear, and it's just really, I don't like this as much. This is the, what kind do I have here? I have the 527 here. And it's okay. It dries clear, so it'll work. But there's just certain ones I like better. Now, turn this over. I need to pick this thing up somehow. And it doesn't want me to pick it up. Oh, there it is. Now, I just put that down there. What do you think of that? Is that cute? That even makes it better. Now I got two different kinds of earrings using the same idea. Now let me get my other, I need to put another pearl on there. What color? Is this the right color? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to glue this other one. And then we'll have a totally different pair of earrings just by adding embellishment. Oop, oop, oop. Now my glue got over, but I'm not worried because it will dry clear. I'm going to put that right on there because I don't want that glue on my fingers. Now, there we go. Now that needs to dry all night. Once you get that kind of stuff on there, you got to dry that all night. See how pretty that is. Now I would also pull these forward some with that little bead on there because it's got a weight difference, you know, but it'll look really beautiful when it's done. So now we've got that one. And you know how to make, now that looks like two separate different kinds of earrings from one another. And they're basically the same. And there's the flat bottom diamonds you can buy and put on there too. The costume jewelry. Now look, now I'm liking the ones with the pearls better than the other ones, and I like the other ones first. Okay, now we've got those made. Let's switch on to something else. Now I'm going to show you how to make these here. These are really, well, this is this one, because this one is the same as this one, except for I put an embellishment on this one. And they're a little smaller. But here we go. Now with this one, I used a longer wire. How long did I use my wire? This one is 14 inches. I don't know if we actually need 14 inches, but we're going to try it. We're going to use it. And we're just going to cut it down to whatever size we need it to be, because this is practice wire. Once you get good with this practice wire, you can use just about anything in precious metal and have a good time, because you know gold and silver is softer. I mean, you can get different firmnesses in it, but this is wonderful to practice with and get you used to just doing things without it driving you nuts trying to get a wire soft enough or hard enough or that kind of bit. Now, with this one, I'm going to do it a little bit different. And which one is it? Okay, it's this one. Okay, with this one, what I want to do is I'm just going to pulling this wire a little bit just to smooth it out a little bit. It is soft wire, so it's not real hard to do that with. But see, that's all I need, just a little bit of smoothing. Let me pull this up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now with this one, I'm going to do it just a little different. I'm going to do what I started to do with the last one. I grabbed on here, and I start, well, I'm going to grab it in the middle, and I'm going to bend this back like this. Oops, I can't even show you. It was down like this, and I just bent it up like that. Then I'm going to go around, because I want these to be the same size, like this. Then I'm going to move my pliers to the other side and then pull the other side up and just push them together. Now you got two little holes there, and you can see about what size they are. Now what I like to do, pull these apart, because you've already got your sizing on how big that's going to be. I mean, you can always cut them down. It doesn't matter. You can do it like this, or you can do them separate. I like to do them at the same time so that I know that my earrings are going to be the same size when I'm done. I got to unwind this. Yeah, because I forgot to unwind the wire first. Now, when I come over here, I'm going to grab my wire right here, and I'm going to just pull it to the side. I meant to go sideways on that, but I just need to pull it out so that that's where my circle's going to be. My circle's going to be going like that. I want to just leave that like that. I'm not worried about that. That's going to just stay where it is. Then I'm going to do the same thing with this other one. I want to make sure that they're the same. So I'm just going to measure this up to this. Just going to put this one up to this one. I'm just going to kind of give it a once over and say, okay, there's about where you bent, and I'm going to bend it right there. Just so that I know how big that's going to be. That's where my wire, that's about the same. If you notice on these two, they're both about the same. This is how they're shaped. I want you to see that. We started off by bending this one first. Then we bent this one down, and then we just bent it straight out. And then we measured and made the other one the same. Now what I want to do is I want to come around here. I just want to kind of bend it around a little bit. And I'm trying to make like a ring. Now what you can do is you can take something like a tube and you can put it in there, and you can use that as your reference. I use also prescription bottles. They work really well for this part. Now, see how I've got that all the way around? I've got that all the way around that bottle. And then one time, I'm going to pull this around one time. I just went around that one time. Then I'm going to pull it off of this ring. And there's your ring. Now, because I use this, it's going to be the same size when I do the other one. Now, this little piece here, I want to just push that straight up like this. And then I'm going to kind of squash it down with my little squishy thing here, because I want it to be flat when I start wrapping this. Because I'm going to start wrapping this wire around and around now. So we're going to start here, and we're just going to start wrapping this around and around and around and around and around. Now you can just start bringing this back down, bring it wherever you want to, and then just stop wherever you want to stop. There's no particular way to do this. It's just wherever you want to stop. Now there's your two wires. Now you want to make sure you want to get your other one first. Before you go any further, you want to get your other earring going. This one I did a little bit different, but this will give you an idea. Now I'm going to start twisting my wire again. I mean, just with my fingers, just bending it. Then I'm going to line it up next to this one, just to see if I've got it about the same. Oh, no. I use this. I forgot. Now I'm going to put this on. Oop. I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to pull this around here until it lays flat against the plastic. When it lays flat against it, I'm going to wrap that around one time. Remember how I wrapped it around one time? Then I'm going to pull it off. That wraps just to hold it in place. Now you've got your circle. Excuse me. Now you're going to push this one up in the air, right over that wire. Straight up. And you're going to squish it down. See, I'm just squishing it down to make sure it's flat right there. I want it to stay real flat while I'm winding it. Then I'm going to start winding this wire around the whole thing. Oop, I didn't get that wound very good. Hang on a second. I got to pull that a little bit tighter. And hang on to that. And I'm going to start winding it. Wind around and around and around. Around. And then I brought it back down. Let me see how far I went with this one. Just kind of match them up with one another. I think I went one more. And then I started bringing it down. 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 Now that they're down here at the bottom, I want to make them the same size now. I just want to cut the wires to where they're both the same size. Like on this one, I'm measuring that to that, and I go, ooh, that's a long way around. Maybe I can roll that wire one more time. Let me see if that'll do it. Yeah, that pretty much makes them pretty close. If they're that close, it's not going to be a big deal. Now this one's pretty close too. We've got these pretty close. They're just about the same. Not a big difference, but they're just about the same. Now what I like to do at this point is I like to do my little, if I want that design in there, I'm going to start doing that now. I like to get this up as high as I can on my round nose, and then just start squashing it as I go around. I like to do it here so I don't have to fight with it later. You can always do it before you start. But I just as soon not have to do so much wire. And you can always do it with a hammer too. You can always take just the edge of the hammer and just barely smack at the wire. Just don't smack it too thin because you don't want it to get so thin that it starts getting soft. I mean, broken. Now I'm going to start doing some of this. See how I'm getting that pretty design in there? Just by squashing on it. See how cute that is? It's looking more elegant, isn't it? Now, I'm going to do the same thing here. See there? That's all I'm doing. And most people have these. If they do jewelry, they normally have these. I mean, it gets tiring on your hands if you're doing a lot of them, but you don't have to do them all the same. You can do them all different. Now do the same thing to the other one. Now we want to do the same thing to the other one. We can always move the shapes around to match one another at a later time. Let me get that up close to you so you can see what's happening here. But see how flat, how it doesn't look. Wait, let me get it on the top. See how that looks when you hit that on there, and how boring it looks over here or plain. It just depends on what you're going for. I like it to have just a little bit of a forged look. It's just a nice thing to me. It's really hard for me to resist doing this once I started doing it. Now it's hard for me to resist not doing it. I mean, to do it. You don't have to do it a whole lot. Do it a little bit, or you can do it not at all. It just depends on how your hands can handle this. Or just do it with a hammer. Do it with a hammer, it's a lot quicker. It's just, I'm just using what's right here in front of me right now. What most people doing jewelry can buy in a kit. You normally get your little clips, and you normally get your, your wire cutters. You normally get your round nose, and you normally get your flat nose. You normally get those in a kit. Now there you go. Now that's where we are right now. That's how they're normally they are at that point. Now see, we didn't do as long as of a edge in there. We just did a short one in here. I just want to give you the idea so you know what you can do. Now you can either twist these a lot, or you can cut them down some. I think I'm going to cut down the top one because I would like that to be a smaller one. Excuse me. So I'm going to cut this one down. Then I'm going to cut this one to match. Just going to put it up there. Match it up. If I can get it up there. Oh, well, I'll hold on to it this way. And then I'll come over here, snip that excess off right just like that. See there? Just 1 second. I'm just going to grab myself a bottle of water, and I'll finish this up. But that's where you are. That's all there is to getting it to that point and giving it that elegant look. Look up close and see what you got there. It's got a really nice look to it. And you can make it with the perfect, you can do the perfect, more perfect wind also. But everyone's different. Every one you do is going to come out a little different. That's why I like to do them at the same time. Now we're going to do that winding. You know, the winding we did with the last earring, same thing, and that's the finishing touch on this. I turned it. That's ready. Turn the other side and get it ready. Yep. Okay, now that one's ready to go. Then I'm just going to start winding it, just like we did before. You see? Now we're going to wind this one a little bit tight on the top. And then when we get down to the bottom, we're going to wind one a little bit longer one we're going to wind. But see there? There's your little wind for the top. Now we're going to do the bottom one. Get that tip started. I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. I just want to get those tips started at the same time, so I got kind of close. Not perfect, but a little bit close. Then I'm going to take it just like I did on the other side. I'm going to grab a hold of it, twist it. See there? Then I'm going to grab a hold of it again, twist it, and twist it. Just because I want you to know how easy these things are to do. See there? Now I'm going to get over here and twist it a little more. I'm trying to do it in a way that you guys can see it. I'm holding on to it, and I'm laying the wire right on the edge of the existing of the wire that I've got here. And as I go, it's like rolling rolling something down a road. The road to adorable. And then we've got this. I think I like this one like it is. I'm going to push this down a little bit. I like the rings to kind of touch one another. See, if one goes under the other one just a little bit, kind of gives it a different look. Okay, and that's that one. And then we want to do the other one. Wasn't that easy? Now, I want to get this thing. I'm going to do this one quickly because I just showed you how to do this one. So I'm going to just do this one quickly. And you do get to where you do these really fast once you get used to it. I mean, especially when you start practicing with some of this practice wire. And just getting one of these things, it's so much cheaper to get this kind of wire and practice with it on this. Saves you a lot of money. I mean, if you want to eventually get into more expensive jewelry. This will save you a lot of learning waste. It'll save you a lot of waste. Who would have thought that me making doll beds would turn into this? There's that one. Now, like this one, I like the wire to kind of go up and under the other one a little bit. It just gives it a better look. Let me see those together. See there? Now I've got these going the exact same way. I can switch that if I want to. See how I've got that going the same way? I can switch it by turning one of these over like this and then bringing that wire up on the top one up and back over the top of the back. And then I've got it switched out to where it's going in the other direction. And then you've got them going in the opposite direction. Now they're both going in different ways. But I'd like to open this one a little bit more, because I'd like it to match the other one better. Okay, pick it up. See there? That's how you do that. Now, let's get the rings on there. Remember how to do that? Let me find some little ones. Okay, I'm going to talk you through this one again. You find the end of that key ring. I call this a key ring because it's made just like a key ring. I found the edge right here. My thumbnail is hitting it. So I'm going to grab a hold of this part, pull straight out, and bend my pliers. And hang on to the pliers tightly so that you can keep that open. Put your little ring on. Let go. Pull it forward a little. Then put your decoration on. Nope, can't get it on there. 1 minute here. Oh, I make it easy for you 1 minute, and then I'm making it hard the next. Well, let me pull that thing open a little more. You saw how easy it can go on. But there we go. I got it on now. Now twist until it pops. See it pop? There it is. It's on there. Okay, let's get this one. Oops, that's the wrong kind of ring. See, this is the other kind of rings that you can get. All you got to do is you open these up. You use 2 pliers, open it up, put it on, close it up like that. I mean, that might be something that you want to use, but I just don't like the idea of having a chance of losing my jewelry, losing my pieces. I like to have it very secure. Like I said, the only way you're going to lose an earring when you use these kind of rings, the only way you're going to lose your pretty little earring part is if you're not, if your wire doesn't function right, your ear wire. And I have a video on making ear wires too that are the kind that'll stay on your ears too. Okay, now let me get this one on this. Oops, I forgot to leave that open. What am I doing? Okay, I'm going to pull that out. Straight out. Straight out. Open. Hold on. To your horses. Okay, I got it on there. Now I'm going to twist until it snaps. Here. Oh, I heard it snap, but I don't know if you did. Okay, now let's get our ear wires on there, and this pair's done. Remember what I told you? Whoop, these are two different colors. Hang on. I need the same colors. Those two are the same color. Oop, I just took it away, didn't I? There it is. These two are the same color, so I'm going to open this right here. Just straight up. Stick that earring on there. Oop. Oh, I thought I was going to stick it on there. Get it on there. And close it. See there? Very cute. And you can always embellish these too by putting a diamond or something on them. Diamonds look really cool on them. I have some around here somewhere. Little flat ones. Maybe I'll grab one out and show you. If I have time. Now I'm putting that last one on. Then I'm grabbing a hold of the wire. And I just kind of smudge it up to the place where it was in the beginning. And there you go. Another nice pair of earrings. Oop, this one's turned the other way. There we go. See there? Those are very cute. And then also, if you want to embellish those, remember that you can always do this. You can always take one of those little pearls and put it right in the center of the bottom one, and you've got even a prettier pair of earrings that is embellished with whatever color you want. Now we're going to do this last pair, which is the big pair. It was made like these, but it's a big pair. I'm going to get this out of the way. And what I do on this one is a really tricky one. I'm only going to do one of these, because I have to do these ones separate anyway. What I do with this one, now some people use a drill and wind these wires. I use two of these fishing type. These are the kind of pliers that lock right there when you shut them. See how that locks? It just locks right in place right there. Then you just go like that and push down on them and open them. Well, I'll put one of these at one end and I'll lock it. See, that's locked in place. See, it's not going anywhere. It's just staying on there. Then I'll come down to this other end and I'll lock one on this other end. Is this crazy or what? Let me move this up so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to just start turning this wire. Wait, I'm going to turn it the other way. I think it's the other way, yeah. Now I'm just turning the wire. I'm trying not to hit the glass down here because it makes an awful sound. Turn this side for a little while, turn that side for a little while. Doesn't take too long until you get a nice design in that wire. Look how pretty the wire's already looking. And see, we're trying to get it to look like these earrings right here. That's what we're doing. We're just giving it texture right now. And we're just putting two wires together that are 14 inches. Now, I think that might be about enough, maybe a couple more turns. Now, all I'm doing is turning these scissors around and around. I'm turning one way, and I'm turning one the other way. I'm just making this design. Now, when I let go of this, it's going to stay right there. And you have one straight, nice piece of wire. Now, this is that same kind of wire I was telling you to practice with. Very soft, easy to work with. See there? Very easy. I'm just twisting that, making sure that tips together real good. Now, on this one, let me remember. On this one, I believe what I did was grab it here. I put it all the way to the back when I did this one, to the back of this thing. Then I moved one up like that, and then I went around. Then I brought my pliers around the other side and pulled it up a little bit, like that. Then I just pushed them both together so that they were stuck in a nice place. I made sure the top matched on both sides. So I didn't want to fight with it. Then I went down here and I go, oh, how long do I want this piece, the neck right in here. This part right here, the neck. I wanted to see how long I want that neck. Okay, I don't want it very long, so I'm just going to like pull it out like right there. See how I pulled it out right there? I didn't want a very long neck there. And then I'm going to bring it around. Now I'm bringing it all the way around to the other side. See how I'm making a, just kind of, with my fingers I'm making a circle or like a teardrop. And then I'm pulling this up a little higher as I go, because I'm going to wrap this part around the outside. And I've got that up to there. I think that's about right. I'm just going to bring it up to here. Then I'm going to start wrapping this. I'll start wrapping right around here like this. Now I'm not getting too crazy. I just wrapped it around a little bit. See how I just wrapped it around that? That's all I did is a little bit of wrapping. Then I'm going to pull this, because I want that to be about the same place on both sides. This is not a hard earring to make here. And you will see why momentarily. Now I'm going to start making I'm going to do the same thing I did on the others, and I'm going to make these little ringies. Ring dingity dings. I'm going to get as close as I can to the tip and just start turning it. Now I got it turned a little bit there. I'm going to flatten it out just a little bit. And then I'm going to start turning it like I did the others. Remember how I did those other ones? That's all I'm doing. It's the same thing that I've done with these others, but it makes a totally different earring. Now I'm almost there. Now there's that part right there. Now we just got to turn this part and kind of shape it more like a teardrop. I like teardrop shapes better than circles. But you know, you can make a really big pair of earrings with these. Now this one, I'm going to just go in the other direction. Let me get a hold of those at the same time. Start to turn it. I think it's touching the other side. I'm going to pull it out. Kind of squish it. Push it together and squish it. Then I'm going to start twisting it again. So I want to try to stay close as I can to the wire, So I want to be following it up. It looks kind of rosy that way. See how it starts looking like a rose? Now I'm going to pull this back down. And pull this up a little. I want this up a little bit higher. Now I'm doing most of this work with my fingers because this wire's so soft. Now if you'll notice, everyone's a little bit different, but looky there. I mean, that's pretty close. Now, look at this. If I take this out, I move this over this way a little bit. I can move this over this way a little bit. I give it just a little bit more design. See how I'm just changing the design by just moving where it is? I move where the wire is, and it just gives it more design. Then I do the same thing. I put the same hooks on, same way I did the other earrings. See, I put the big earring, big loop on the bottom, and the small on the top, and then I put the ear wire on. And that's all I did to make those beautiful earrings. Let me turn around the other way. Oh, that's not the way. There it is. And then, so we've got a lot of variety here. We have these, and you can always embellish those. You can always embellish them with all kinds of beautiful beads and stuff. I have some right here. I have all kinds of pretty little things you can use. And then I got these glass, or some of them are glass. I tell you, when I'm putting pretty things on earrings, I don't like using I like using these plastic ones because these are cute. But these ones I'm not happy with. Wait, let me show you which ones I'm talking about. I've got all kinds here. I've got the ones that stick in and the ones that... Now these ones lay flat. I like these a lot. These ones lay flat. Oh, I can't even show you. These ones lay flat. I like these a lot. But let me find another one. Yeah, I'll put that in one of the earrings to show you. But this kind, you're not going to want these plastic kind. They just look terrible when you get them on there. Sometimes you can see through to the metal and stuff. Don't use those. Those are garbage. And look at this one. I mean, those plastic ones are garbage. When I got those, I was so disappointed. But my grandkids still use them for eyes and stuff on their projects. So I can't, like, toss them on them. But anyway, let me go ahead and put one of these on here so you can see what we got here. Let's try this one. Not a good one to try? Or should we put it on this one? Let me see. No, I don't like it on that one. I'll try it on this one. I think this one would be a good one for it. And then I'll show you up close. Let me get the glue out. Okay, a little bit of glue goes a long way. Okay, let me see if I can pick it up with my pliers. Remember what a hard time I had last time. Ooh, these pick up real easy. Oh my goodness, this looks gorgeous on here. Let me show you. Can you see how those sparkles? I'm going to see if it looks good with two of them on there. Maybe the two of them will look really good. Oh my goodness, yes. Let me get some glue. I gotta show you. This is fun. Just so you can see a variation. But you can do all kinds of stuff with this crazy. And these are just little glass diamonds. Or whatever you call them. Those little glass things. Let me show you this. Oh, this looks so pretty. Look at the difference. Ooh. Look at the difference there. I wish you could see. how lovely those look in the. It really looks better. Doesn't look as good on here on the video as it does up close. But there's the difference in the two earrings, and I like both of them. I think they both look really pretty. But anyway, we've got that pair. We got this pair here that we did, and we've got the one we embellished with a plastic pearl. And then we've got these ones here we embellished that look just lovely. That's not another plastic pearl. But that's what you can do with wire. Look around the house, see what you got. There's so many things you can make earrings with. And this makes just a wonderful practice wire because it's so easy to bend. Great practice wire. Anyway, until I come up with another idea, I am off. And God bless, and have a wonderful, wonderful week.